What is up, guys, and welcome back to Forest Green Rovers. It's been a good week, and that is entirely my fault for being inconsistent. Yep, I've reached that stage already. Took 5 weeks, but you know, it's happened. We are here anyway for episode number 15 of this career mode, and not really all that much to show in this episode, as you can see by the length. I mean, I'm trying ways to make these episodes kind of shorter so that I don't have to worry about being so inconsistent about stuff and always having more time to do stuff, I guess you could say. And yeah, that's why this episode ain't that long. But we've still got 5 games, 3 played, 2 simmed, and here's the start of it. Up against Bradford here. We score early on with Ben Brereton finally breaking his duck. Except he was offside, sadly. So it is still 0-0. It was a lovely pass into him, and Brereton, if he was just a few inches, you know, forward, you can see he would have scored, because look at the amount of space he's left in as well. Such an easy way to get the opening goal. But on the other side of the pitch, a few minutes later, Collins called into action. He makes a great save. Collins has been playing out of his skin this season, and that's why we've only conceded, I think it's 1 goal in the league this entire season. Ben Brereton, lovely ball into Reece Brown, usually the other way around, but it's Reece Brown taking all the headlines this season with his goals, and he gets another one to add to the tally. 1-0 in the first half. It is a lovely cross in by Brereton as well, and Brown does a great job there, getting around his defender and sweeping it in unmarked. Heading to the second half here, Brereton back on the ball now, plays it down into Marino. He's got a lot of space, and it's a good shot, saved, and Brown can't put in the damn empty net. What a shame that one was. The Reece Brown couldn't put on that empty net. Could have made it 2-0. But once again, as with the last episode, it's another 1-0 win, and they're getting a bit sick now. I'm sick of winning 1-0 all the time. It just doesn't feel like we're getting these 1-0 wins, but we aren't doing anything to shut out the opponents, and it just feels as if we're always clinging on for 90 minutes. But, you know, this is a game where we didn't have to worry about clinging on or anything. We knew we were gone from the moment the game started. We played Liverpool here in the Carabao Cup. Not going to last that long. I mean, it was, you know, we had a nice run, but we are still some 2-3 seasons off even getting remotely close to challenging the likes of Liverpool and challenging them, you know, to the point where we can actually beat them. We may be in the Prem in 2 years, but I don't think we'll be challenging them in that first year. We equalised, though, with Marino, which forces extra time. Did not expect to see that. Thought it was a surprise. Was really hoping for the best from this moment on. And we go up to penalties, and we lose 5-4. But you know what? We went out fighting. And that's the best thing to think about. We went out. We didn't lay down for Liverpool, which we should never do, because no. And yeah, the game ended 5-4 on penalties. We ended up going out, but it's alright, you know. We had a good run, and we got to face Liverpool as well. We got knocked out by Everton last year. We get knocked out by Liverpool this year. Good stuff with the Scousers. Anyway, we move on here. We're playing Luton Town now. We got promoted with us into League One. And in the first hit of the game, Ben Brereton this time breaks his duck. It's a goal for Ben Brereton. And a goal he has been waiting long. Oh, very, very long indeed to score. It's not been the best season for Brereton, but there we have it. 3 minutes in, he nets the opener against Luton to give us the 1-0 lead. I think that is Tobias. Is it Tobias Hyde? No, it's John Carlos. Plays the ball in, booted by Brereton into the near post for him. Lovely stuff. We move on now. It's nearly the second half, and we have to wait that long to get another shot on goal. Jean Carlos with a lovely little finesse shot. Marsh Brown couldn't finish it up. You saw, if you saw the little highlight, you would have realised Reece Brown, he picked up a little injury and had to sit on the bench for this game, but he was being missed surely, especially when Luton equalised with just 10 minutes to go. We had held on for such a long time, and this is what I was on about. This whole not closing out the game problem. And there's the problem, and there's it being shown in its full. We couldn't put the game away there. It's 1-1 now. There's 10 minutes left, and it's looking unlikely. And desperate times calls for desperate measures. Reece Brown rushed onto the pitch, injured or not, he had to make the decider. He plays it off here into Ben Brereton. He's all by himself basically, and Brereton, just a few minutes later, scores what has to be said to be the winner. That is, oh, it was heart racing is what it was. But Ben Brereton scored the winner, put it past the Luton keeper, and enabled the 2-1 win, hopefully. That is A brace for Ben Brereton, but he wasn't finished. He wanted it to be a hat-trick. Breaks through there, takes the shot. Oh, and it goes just wide. Unfortunate for Brereton, he couldn't get his hat-trick. But we do go on. We secure that 2-1 win. Thank God, because it was so close. At death's door there, essentially, to it being another draw. And even though Luton, I think, had the best start out of everyone who got promoted up with us, I did not want them getting a point against us. Great win there. Probably one of our best wins of the season, and we had to try and keep that form going when we come up against Scunthorpe Hughes. You can see her sitting in 10th. If memory serves me correct, Scunthorpe actually in reality almost got promoted to the championship and then blew it somehow, I think. I don't remember entirely. But nevertheless, we're playing them. Here it's back at home as well. So hopefully the home crowd can bring us on to another victory. And it was very, very touch and go early on. A great save by Collins in the first shot of the game. He was called into action an awful lot of times in these 90 minutes. And you see it here again, 10 minutes later. An outstanding save made by him there. And he's not too happy about having to be called into action so often. Great save. Scunthorpe get a corner here now. And a good chance to open the scoring. Collins, not taking anyone's shit, punches it out. The ball falls to a Scunthorpe player, but Salsaindas gets the ball. And you can see we're starting our own counter-attack here. Salsaindas up to Morris, of all people, playing this one. Plays it down into Ben Brereton. He hits it. Oh, and how is that not a goal? You're going to see now the replay of it. Take a look at this. He boots it here, and it goes off the bar, off the post, and bounces just before the line. Absolutely criminal, essentially, that we couldn't put that one away. Move on, you brink of the end of the first half. We have a corner here. Ball played around. Brereton takes the shot. Saved, and cat-like reflexes from Jonathan Bennett give him his first goal of the season, and maybe even his first goal for the club. I don't remember entirely. But the youth player we brought in from last season, one of the highest rated players at our club now, scores an absolute, just such a quick reflex goal. Look at this. How he does that so fast. I mean, unbelievable. Loved it. Great goal. It's not really, but I'm calling it as such because it's a defender. Move on here. 80th minute now. Chumacero gives it a wallop and it goes off the bar and over. It was an absolute thumper of a shot, and I was hoping we could get another Chumacero screamer, which I think he has scored definitely one in the past. Well, it was alright anyway. We held on, another 1-0 win. This is one of those 1-0 wins where after the first goal went in, it was just plain sailing for us. Scunthorpe didn't cause much pressure, and it was just holding on for that second half, which we were able to do well indeed. And we're going to finish off this episode now. Simmed game in Port Vale in the Checkatrade Trophy. Port Vale, of course, down in League 2. And we made it look like it was an easy walk in the park. 2-0 up by half-time. And everything just looked as if it was about to be a very easy win. You can see here just going through the motions. And Alfie Jones decides, you know what, I want in on it. Alfie Jones gets a goal, his first goal for the club. We win it 3-0. Those are the kind of wins I want more often, these domination wins, just to prove that we deserve to be 7 points ahead at the top of the league. 10 games in, not a loss to our name yet. Things are looking good, but we just need to close out those games more if we want to prove our dominance. That'll end this episode, Cream Mode. I'll see you tomorrow for the next one. Thank you guys for watching. Take care, guys, and ta-ra.